The President of the United States sat alone in the Oval Office, knowing his time was over. Outside, the world still saw power. Inside, Richard Nixon knew history was about to turn its back on him. In a few hours, he would become the first and only U.S. president to resign. Not voted out. Not defeated. Broken by his own decisions. But this is not where Nixon's story truly began. Years earlier, Richard Nixon was the ultimate fighter. Born into a poor family in California, he grew up watching his brothers die young and his parents struggle. Nothing was handed to him. He studied late nights, worked harder than everyone else, and believed deeply in discipline. Politics became his battlefield, and he climbed fast. By 1952, he was vice president. By 1960, he was one step away from the presidency. Then came defeat. John F. Kennedy beat him in one of the closest elections in American history. Nixon was crushed. 2 years later, he lost again, this time for governor of California. Standing before cameras, bitter and angry, he said the press wouldn't have Nixon to kick around anymore. Many believed his career was finished. They were wrong. In 1968, Nixon pulled off one of the greatest comebacks in American politics. He won the presidency, promising law and order to a nation torn apart by war and protest. As president, he achieved things few could deny. He opened diplomatic relations with China. He negotiated arms control with the Soviet Union. He began the process of ending the Vietnam War. To millions, Richard Nixon looked strong, intelligent, and in control. But power has a dark side. Nixon became obsessed with enemies. He feared leaks, criticism, and losing control. That fear pushed him toward choices that would destroy everything. In 1972, men connected to his re-election campaign broke into the Democratic Party's headquarters at the Watergate complex. At first, it seemed small. A simple burglary. Nixon denied any involvement. Behind closed doors, the truth was darker. Secret recordings revealed Nixon ordering cover-ups, pressuring officials, and using his power to block justice. The very system he was sworn to protect became his shield. Day by day, tape by tape, the walls closed in. Allies turned away. Congress moved toward impeachment. The nation watched as trust in the presidency collapsed. On August 8, 1974, Richard Nixon addressed the American people. His voice was calm, but history was screaming. He announced his resignation, admitting he no longer had the political support to continue. The next morning, he boarded a helicopter, raised his arms in a final awkward wave, and disappeared from power forever. Richard Nixon's story is not just about scandal. It is a warning. A man who rose from nothing, climbed to the highest office on earth, and then lost it all because he could not let go of control. His rise proved ambition can build greatness. His fall proved that without integrity, power destroys itself.